you are, you should never fill a balloon with cream. It's a good job that Brum managed to save it. Well, now it's time for the Story Makers, with stories today about fixing things.
Come on into the library, it's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun.
Byron Wordsworth.
Jelly and Jackson,
Working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come on, be a story maker.
come on, Ben, this way.
Story Makers. Story Makers. Story Makers.
It's midnight in the library. Hello.
Time for all story makers to come out. Are you ready?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Hi, Story Maker. I'm Byron Wordsworth, here to make some magic and lots of stories.
Jelly, look! The children left it behind.
Oh, what's in the box?
Tools! The children were playing with them today.
Tools?
Yes.
What do they do?
Oh, we're there for building and mending and fixing.
Oh, can we fix it?
Yes, we can. Hello, Byron.
Hi, guys. You in a bit of a fix?
Oh, no. We can fix everything, Byron.
We've got some tools.
Oh, let's have a look at what you've got.
We've got, yes, and we've got, one of those. Oh, look, we've got a thingy.
Byron, what do they all do?
Oh, well, look, I know what this one does. Oh, I've dropped it. It goes...
Ah, you've got it, Jax. That's a drill. You use it to drill holes with. I think we have enough holes now, Jackson.
This is fun.
And Byron, what about this one?
That one goes bang, 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 bang.
That's a hammer for banging in nails. I never knew tools could be so noisy. Hey, what about this spanner?
Spanner?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You use it to tighten and loosen nuts and bolts like this.
Really?
I thought Spanner was a dog.
Yes. Kevin the spaceman has a dog called Spanner.
Spanner? That's a funny name for a dog.
Maybe he helps Kevin fix the nuts and bolts in the spaceship.
Neat thinking, Jax. I think that should tighten them up.
Byron, can we make a story with the spanner?
Oh, no, you're not putting that spanner in the story machine. I need it to fix some things.
Oh. But I wanted to make a story.
Oh, we still can. There's plenty of other tools.
Oh, what's that one?
Good choice, Miss Green. That's a screwdriver. You use it to tighten and untighten screws.
Oh, well, that's a bit like a spanner, isn't it?
You could say that.
So can we use the screwdriver to make a story?
Safe.
Jackson, what are you doing?
I'm fixing the librarian's chair.
Jax, are you sure it needs fixing?
Oh, yes.
Well, we're making a story, aren't we, Byron? Put the screwdriver-y thing in, please.
And now we're going to need something from you. Are you ready to zap us with some imagination?
Imagine.
Imagine a story.
called Morgan Mends the Car. It was a cloudy day in Cardiff. Mum needed to go out. So did Morgan. Mum was going in her car. And so was Morgan.
Bye.
Mum waved goodbye to Nan and baby Bethany. So did Morgan. Mum tried to start her car. So did Morgan. Mum's car wouldn't start. Morgan's car started first time. Don't worry, Mum, said Morgan. I'll give you a lift. Mum tried to squeeze inside, but she was too tall. Mum tried to sit on the roof, but she was too heavy. Morgan tried to help her squeeze in, but it was no good. I'd better help you fix your car, said Morgan. So Mum put up the bonnet and looked at the engine. Here, Mum, try this hammer, said Morgan. But the hammer was too big to fix the car. OK, Mum, try this screwdriver then, said Morgan. But the screwdriver was too small to fix the car. What shall we use then, thought Morgan. Not the hammer, not the screwdriver, but how about the spanner? The spanner seemed to be working. Is that better? Asked Morgan. Yes, it's fixed it, said Mum. Thank you, Morgan. My car should start now. Morgan got back in his car. And so did Mum. Morgan's car started first time. So did Mum's. Mum waved to Morgan and drove off down the road. Morgan didn't drive off down the road. He drove all along the path. All the way round the front garden and right up to his front door. Hello, Morgan, said Nan. Did you have a good drive? Yes, thank you, said Morgan. And I helped Mum fix her car too. It's been a very busy morning.
Morgan was clever, wasn't he?
And helpful too.
He had a spanner like mine.
Oh, Jackson, what have you done?
Jax, my man.
What?
Oh, the librarian's not going to be happy with you.
I was just fixing it.
Can we fix it?
No, we can't.
Oh, don't worry, Jax. I'll fix it.
Would you like to borrow my spanner?
Oh, no. You'll need that to fix these. Abracazoo.
Oh, yes.
And I'll just work out how this goes back together.
Oh, great. Oh, what should we build?
No. Byron magic this for me. Look, blue bits, yellow bits.
Can't I help?
And nuts. Oh, yes, you can help. And bolts.
Can I do the spannering?
No, that's my spanner.
What can I do?
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can make a story. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, what shall I use then? One of these?
No. I need all of it. All of it.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, I tell you what, Jelly. You can use one of the pictures. Look, there are some very nice ones.
All right, I will. Byron, will you help me make a story?
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, nice, juicy apple.
Yummy.
And will you help too? Imagine a story with an apple in it. Imagine a story. It's a blue cow story.
And it's called Blue Cow Meets Humpty Dumpty.
In a field not so far away from you is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders, wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day in the field, Blue Cow was looking at the trees.
Oh, I wonder what it would be like to eat an apple fresh from the tree.
She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field.
I'd like a ticket to a place where there are apple trees, please.
There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for an orchard. And then they arrived. When Blue Cow got off the bus, she could hardly believe her eyes. Humpty Dumpty was in a tree, trying to reach a lovely green shiny apple. Stretch, wobble.
Whoops, ow!
He fell out of the tree, splat.
Oh no, I've broke myself again.
Sighed Humpty Dumpty. He was in pieces.
Moo, I'm Blue Cow. Are you all right?
Oh, don't worry, darling. I'm Humpty Dumpty. I'm always breaking myself. Last week I fell off a wall. The week before that I fell off a camel, didn't I?
Let me put you back together,
said Blue Cow. She collected all the bits and pieces.
This bit here.
Oh.
This bit there. Here.
Oh,
and here.
Hey.
Finished.
Humpty Dumpty didn't look quite right. Some of his bits and pieces were definitely in the wrong places.
Oops, oh dear.
Don't worry, my love. Try again,
he said.
Righty-ho. Left leg.
Oh,
right leg.
Ow.
Left arm.
Yeah.
Right arm.
Oh.
Try that.
Humpty Dumpty stood up.
Oh, brilliant. You fixed me. Now let's get those apples.
And he started to climb the tree.
Hold on. Why don't you climb on my back? It's much safer that way.
Oh, yeah, fantastic,
said Humpty Dumpty. And up he climbed. Stretch, wobble, wobble. He picked 2 shiny apples.
Gotcha.
And climbed down.
Thanks for everything,
he said, giving Blue Cow one of the apples.
Oh, you're welcome,
she said. She took a bite. Crunch.
Oh, delicious. You'll never guess where I've been.
Where have you been?
I've been to meet Humpty Dumpty, and I helped put him back together again.
Everyone knows cows can't go around meeting Humpty Dumpty. But we know they can, don't we?
Funny Blue Cow. She couldn't put Humpty together again, could she?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall eating a banana. Where do you think he put the skins? Down his pyjamas.
How's the building going, guys?
Oh, very well, thank you, Barry.
And what are you making?
Well, it's a line. Line.
That's not very interesting.
Oh, well, it isn't just a line, is it, Jax?
No.
Oh, it's a square.
It's a square.
Or is it just a square?
I thought it was a square.
Oh.
It had 4 sides.
Yeah.
It's a magical star.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the star. Clever.
Could we use the star to make a story, Byron?
Oh, yeah.
Fine idea, Mr. Pink.
A pointy starry magical story, please.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Imagine a story.
It's a Sniff and Wag story.
I love Sniff and Wag.
And the story's called Moon Kites. Sniff and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. Tonight it's windy, a perfect night for Sniff and Wag to fly their moon kites. They race to a hilly place in the park, two dogs with their moon kites beneath the stars. Oh, moon kites are magical. They glow in the dark. I can't wait to start. Wag barks. Sniff says, when a strong wind blows, just watch the kites go. Geronimo! Up, up, up they fly, glimmery, shimmery, fluttery moon kites, soaring and swooping and looping the loop. Hooray, the two dogs whoop. But suddenly, Wag lets out a yelp. Sniff, I think I need your help. Look how far my kite has blown. It's tangled on a star and I can't get it down. Careful, she yowls as Sniff gives it a tug. If you're too rough, the string might break off. Let's see, said Sniff with a thoughtful frown. We'll have to climb up and bring it down. They tie the end of the kite to a tree to make a tightrope. And then, up the line they go. Hello, says the star. Pleased to meet you. I'm so happy I've caught a moon. That's not a real moon, Wag groans. It's my moon kite, and I want to take it home. But I've lost my twinkle. I've lost my glitter. I need your moon kite to help me shimmer, cries the star. You don't need a moon kite, says Sniff. Look at this dust. What you need is a spring clean. Leave it to us. They bring two dusters and polish and clean the star until it glistens and glows. Oh, I'm spotless and glistening, said the star. Thank you so. Now slide down the rope and I'll let your kite go. I love my moon kite, Sniff, says Wag. Thank you for helping me bring it back. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
So Sniff and Wag fixed the star.
Well, yes, I suppose they did.
Can they fix it?
Yes, they can. Oh, and Byron, did you manage to fix the librarian's chair?
No sweat, Jacks. All in the night's work. Oh, but look, guys.
It's getting late.
Yeah.
We better skedaddle.
Yeah, the children will be here soon.
Dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you
Goodbye.
Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers,
Come back soon.
stories are fabulous, stories
Thanks
are
for
fun.
helping. Bye.
See you later, story maker.
Come on, be a story maker.
Let's play.
Thank you very much. And here are the story makers.
Come on into the library. It's It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth, Shelley and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
Milton, come and make some stories.
Oh, yes, can we make some stories about toys?
Of course we can. What an excellent inspiration.
Do you ever get bored waiting for someone to come and play with you? Well, come and have an adventure with me. There we go, Teddy. Bye-bye. You'll enjoy this. Ready with the magic words? Imagine a story.
Oh, Jelly, you've made a playbook. And it's called Where's Bear?
Grace and Digger the bear loved going to nursery.
Hey, what about me? This isn't going to be much fun,
Said Digger as Grace rushed in to meet her friends. Just then, Tyler arrived. He spotted Digger sitting on the peg. He picked him up and took him in to meet everybody. The children were playing dressing-up games. Tyler decided to dress up Digger. But after a while, Tyler wanted to play with something else, and he left Digger lying on the floor. Lassian spotted Digger and scooped him up. She took him outside to do some finger painting. Into the paint went Digger's paws, dib, dob, dab.
Paw painting is great,
Said Digger. But then Lassian got bored, and poor Digger was left behind again. Stanley was on his way to the slide when he saw Digger. Perhaps Digger would like a go, he thought. Whee! Went Digger as he slid down the slide. But when Stanley got to the bottom, he forgot Digger. Oh no! Luckily, Aria was playing on the swings. Perhaps Digger would like a go, she thought. Swing, swing, swing. But then it started to rain. Aria ran inside as quickly as she could, and guess what? She dropped poor Digger. But not to worry. Frank spotted this and picked up Digger. He was going to do some cookery. In with the icing sugar and the red colouring. Give it a good stir. Oops. Digger was getting covered in icing. Ice the buns, everybody. Oh no! Digger has fallen on the floor. Who's going to rescue him now? Fortunately, Natasha spotted Digger. The day was nearly over. She quickly undressed him and placed him back on Grace's peg. Phew, thought Digger. What a great day! It was home time. Grace came to get her coat. Oh, there you are, Digger. You poor thing, you must have been very lonely today. Digger laughed.
I found this in the box. It's a great toy. Would you like to march with me?
Why, certainly. I'm going to play the drums.
Well, Milton, I don't want a musical instrument. I'll just sing, thanks.
You can join in if you like.
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down.
I'm going to go and put this in the story machine. Join in with the magic words. Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. Oh, great. It's a Snip and Wag story. And it's called Shiny Brass Tubes.
Snip and Wag are friends. When the day ends and the sky grows dark, they sneak into the park through a hole in the fence. One night while the dogs are taking their walk, they hear strange sounds from across the park. The bandstand seems to be glowing in the dark. They cannot believe their eyes. The bandstand is crammed with shiny tubes of all different sizes. Then suddenly, an instrument appears. Hello, Snip and Wag, I'm Bet the Cornet. My high notes thrill, but I'm not too shrill. Let me introduce some of my friends to you. She leads Snip and Wag to the bandstand. First meet the horns with their mellow tones. Frank the French horn, Sydney the sax, and Yuri the euphonium. Give us a blast, lads. That's smashing. Oh, and here's Rona the trombone. She's a bit of a magician. Give us a riff, Rona. That's right. Right on. This is Brad, the big bass drum. He keeps the beat. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's someone else I'd like you to meet, says Bet. Oh, but hold on. Where's Una the tuba? Has anyone seen her? Oh, there she is. But something is wrong. Una the tuba looks very glum. What's up, Chuck? Asks the cornet. Blast us some notes. Una tries, but nothing comes out. Try again, girl, blares the cornet. Give it more puff. Suddenly, something fluffy shoots out of her bell and into the air. Mick the mouse has been sleeping in there. Oh, Mick, that's no place to sleep, says the cornet. Mick is the leader of the band. He waves a baton in his hand, says the cornet. It's very tiring work, Mick squeaks. That's why I need plenty of sleep. Now, it's 9:30, which is concert time. Let us begin, says Mick the Mouse. They start with a blast that startles the stars because it sounds so bright and loud. Isn't it thrilling, Snip whoops. The brass band plays such a joyous tune that it puts a smile on the face of the moon. The snappy beat is neat. Now Una is happy. Brass bands are grand, yaps Wag with glee. Thank you, everyone. And with a pomp-to-yom-pom, pom-pom, they march all the way home. Good night. Sleep tight, my little friends. Tomorrow we will play again.
Yoo-hoo! The children have drawn pictures of their favourite toys.
Yes, look at that green monster toy.
And look at that underneath.
It's your favourite.
My favourite toy, a kite. Shall we put it in the story machine?
Yes.
In it goes. Are you ready to join in?
Imagine
a story.
Blue Cow story.
And it's called Blue Cow and the Kite.
In a field not so far away from you is a herd of cows grazing quietly. But one of the cows is different from the rest. Blue Cow wonders what on earth is out there in the big wide world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow spotted a kite bobbing along in the sky above her. Oh, I wonder where that beautiful kite's going. The other cows sighed and shook their heads. She's off again. I wonder, said Blue Cow. Well, I'll never know unless I go. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a return ticket to the place where kites fly, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for Windy Hill. And then they arrived. When Blue Cow got off the bus, she could hardly believe her eyes. Everywhere she looked, she saw children flying kites. Kites of all shapes and sizes. Stripy triangular kites. Tartan diamond kites. Kites in the shape of birds. Kites in the shape of cows. There were even kites that looked like dinosaurs.
Hello, said a rather stringy voice. Welcome to the Kite Flying Festival. Would you like to join in?
Oh, I'd love to, but I haven't got a kite.
You can borrow one of mine. I've got plenty. I'm Mr. String, the kite man, by the way.
Blue Cow chose a kite in the shape of a fried egg. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. String. She held on tight to the string whilst Mr. String threw the fried egg kite up into the sky. All at once, the kite was flying. Blue Cow was so excited she mooed with delight. Moo!
Hold on tight. There's a bit of a wind getting up,
advised Mr. String. And he was right. The wind blew stronger and stronger. Blue Cow could barely hold on to her kite. It tugged and dragged and danced and whipped until with one particularly strong gust of wind, the kite shot off into the sky, and so did Blue Cow. She flew over the hill.
Oh, help, Mr. String.
And over some trees.
Oh.
And over some houses.
Help me. Oh.
Past a town. Across a river. And over a mountain. The kite flew Blue Cow all the way round the world until she arrived back at Windy Hill. Luckily, at that moment, the wind dropped, and Blue Cow found herself gliding down to the ground. Everyone was cheering. Oh, wow! This kite flying very exciting, she said, as she landed beside Mr. String.
Oh, congratulations, Blue Cow. You are the first cow to go around the world on a fried egg. Are you sure you haven't done this before?
Oh, beginner's luck, I suppose. Oh, Milton, look.
Oh.
It's time for us to go.
I want my teddy.
But of course, you put it into the machine.
Yes. Oh, hello, Teddy.
The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye. Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous. Stories are fun.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.
Because it's time for the Story Makers.
Come on into the library. It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth. Jenny and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker.
Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
Milton! One of the children brought this into the library today.
Oh.
What is it? What is it?
A postcard. Let's see. Having a lovely time, weather hot, wish you were here.
Where?
Indonesia.
Where's that?
A long, long way from here. Halfway around the world. Look, this is the world and this is where we live, on this little island up here.
But it's tiny.
Yeah, that's right, the world's a big place. And a long, long way away over here is Indonesia. There are exotic animals, magnificent birds, unusual foods. It's a whole different way of life.
Do they have different stories as well?
I wonder if they do.
Why don't we put the postcard in the story machine?
Yes. And we can have a story about Indonesia.
Good idea. One story from Indonesia coming forthwith. This is where I'm going to need your help. It takes a lot of imagination to get this story machine going. So imagine the story coming alive and join in with the magic words. Imagine, imagine, imagine a story. It's a tale from far away. And the story from Indonesia is called Arjuna and Cakil. Prince Arjuna was walking home after visiting his grandfather. He was followed by his clown servant, Chepot. Cakil, who always bothered people in the forest, saw the two men approach.
How dare you enter my land?
He said.
Please let me pass. I am on my way home,
said Arjuna.
No one enters my land. You must defeat my most magical warrior, Pelos. Pelos, where are you?
Pelos arrived and prepared to wrestle with Arjuna.
Let me save you the trouble, master. I will wrestle Pelos myself.
The great bout began. Chepot was the winner. Cakil was so shocked to see that his strongest warrior had been defeated that he scuttled away in anger, thinking how best to challenge Arjuna another day. Prince Arjuna now continued his journey home. Followed, of course, by his clown servant, Chepot.
Jackson, I nearly forgot. There was something else I found. Look.
Oh, bells! Lovely.
One of the children left them behind. What do you think they are?
Oh, I don't know. We could ask Milton.
Oh, we could put them in the story machine and see what story comes out.
Oh, do you think we should?
Yes.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Time to use your imagination.
Oh, yes. Are you ready? Imagine a story.
It's a playbook. Great.
And the story's called Indian Dance Class.
It's Saturday morning. That's when Priya goes to her Indian dance class. Priya loves her dancing so much that she gets up very early. Mummy helps her to put on her shalwar kameez, which is an Indian dress. She also helps her tie the colourful dupatta, which is a long scarf. Finally, Priya puts on her sticky bindi very carefully. She has to put the bindi in the middle of her forehead, which is quite tricky. All her friends have bindis too. Priya's teacher is called Paliji. She asks the girls to put on their noisy dancing bells, called gungaroos. But Priya has left hers at home. She is upset because she's the only girl without gungaroos. Paliji tells Priya not to worry and to dance without them.
Maybe you can dance without them.
Today, the class is going to learn some animal movements. These hand movements are called hastak, Paliji explains. They start with the bird. Then the deer, the snake, and the peacock. Priya tries hard to copy her teacher's movements. All of a sudden, someone appears at the door. It's Mummy. And guess what she's got? Priya's gungaroos. Mummy has saved the day. Now, Priya can dance just like everyone else. After all, Priya does want to be the best dancer in the world.
Shoes, gungaroos, wearing shoes.
The fabulous art of terpsichore. That's dancing. Yes. Now, why don't we have another story about Australia?
If I dug a great big, long, enormous hole, would I end up in Australia?
Well, you could never dig a hole that deep.
Oh.
But if you could, you would indeed end up in Australia.
Oh, what's it like?
I think we should use a touch of imagination, and then maybe we'll find out.
Oh.
Story machine, we'd like a story about Australia. Are you ready? Imagine a story. It's a blue cow story. And it's called Blue Cow Goes to Australia.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders, wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was watching the other cows chewing grass.
I wonder what animals do on the other side of the world.
She's off again,
said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stopped beside her field.
I'd like a return ticket to the other side of the world, please.
There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for Australia. And then they arrived. When Blue Cow got off the bus, she could hardly believe her eyes. There was a creature with a very long tail, big feet and tiny little front paws, wearing a hat with corks tied around it.
Good day. Do you like my hat? It keeps the flies off. My name's Katrina. I'm a kangaroo.
My name's Blue Cow.
I'm a blue cow. Hey, do you want to play boomerang? Of course you do.
And from her pouch, she produced a funny-looking stick.
Catch!
Shouted Katrina. She threw the boomerang high into the sky. Blue Cow ran after the boomerang as fast as she could. It span and span, and then suddenly circled back to Katrina.
How amazing! A stick that comes back, said Blue Cow. Can I have a go?
She threw the boomerang up into the air. It span, and then crash! It landed in a tree.
Oh dear, said Blue Cow. My boomerang won't come back. No worries. I'll jump up and get it.
Boing! Went Katrina as she tried to get the boomerang out of the branches.
Struth, I can't seem to reach it, said Katrina. Oi, you, up in the tree. Who, me? Said a small grey koala bear. Yeah, you. Can you throw down my boomerang? It's caught in that branch. Sure thing, mate, said the koala, and he threw the boomerang back down to Katrina. Oh, good on you, you little beauty. Do you want to try again, Blue Cow? No, thanks. I have to go. Well, like a boomerang, you can always come back again. Cheers, mate.
You'll never guess where I've been. Where have you been?
I've been to Australia and played boomerang with a kangaroo.
Everyone knows cows can't go to Australia.
But we know they can, don't we?
Boing, 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 boing. What in the name of my Auntie Ermintilda are you two doing?
We've been kangaroos. Boing, boing,
You want to be one too?
Well, of course I do. But look.
Oh, here comes the sun.
Oh, the children will be here soon.
Indeed. It's time for all story makers to be hidden away. The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye.
Boing, 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 boing.
Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.